said, "Judge, I want out. And I can tell you why."
Blake Lively has been betrayed once again, and this time, the wound cuts deeper. Her own husband, Ryan Reynolds, once seen as the picture-perfect partner, is now turning the spotlight on her most closely guarded secrets. The man once hailed, as her rock seems ready to walk away from the chaos, revealing a side of himself that's far from heroic. Is Ryan Reynolds exposing the truth, or just protecting his own image?
Wait a minute. They're married. What's the benefit of this? Like, why does he want to get out personally from a lawsuit when all of his assets are 50% hers?
Ryan Reynolds, yes, Mr. Deadpool himself, has quietly stepped away from the very media circus he and his PR-obsessed wife helped create. And no, this isn't some vague creative differences or a trendy conscious uncoupling. Sources say Ryan is officially done with Blake Lively's escalating legal chaos. It looks like he's finally decided he won't go down with the ship. Shocking? Not really. Let's be honest. If your spouse was handing out subpoenas like party favors, wouldn't you bail too?
Ryan Reynolds and his attorney filed a motion to dismiss, asking the judge to let him out of the lawsuit, the counterclaim that Justin Baldoni has filed against Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively.
So, here's the deal. Ryan Reynolds has reportedly begun to distance himself from Blake Lively as her carefully crafted PR empire crumbles like a soggy house of cards. According to insiders, Ryan has confided behind closed doors, "I didn't sign up for felonies and subpoenas." And honestly, fair point. He thought he was marrying a fashion icon, not walking into a legal minefield. What makes things even messier? Leaked court documents suggest Ryan may have known about Blake and her best friend, Stephanie Jones, bending the rules, especially when it came to that infamous subpoena that allegedly snagged Jennifer Abel's phone data.
Ryan Reynolds is a smart businessman, and by filing this motion to dismiss, Ryan Reynolds has shown us just how smart he is. If he can get himself out of the lawsuit, any of their marital assets, or any assets that are exclusively in his name.
Let's pause and process this. Your wife's secretly weaponizing a bogus legal case to comb through someone's private phone. And instead of telling her, "Hey, maybe don't commit digital espionage," you just slink away like you're in episode 3 of a Netflix docuseries about tech crimes. Word is, Ryan Reynolds finally drew the line when Blake's lawyers started taking cheap shots at Taylor Swift. Yes, that Taylor Swift. Blake's team allegedly tried to blackmail Taylor, demanding her public support at the Super Bowl or threatening to dump a decade's worth of her private texts. Ryan, reportedly horrified, cut ties with the legal circus entirely. That's friendship, Blake? When you're out of talent and influence, blackmail's your last move? Meanwhile, Blake's spiraling like an influencer after a canceled brand. Deal. Losing allies faster than a reality star caught lying on Instagram. Cara Delevingne, radio silence. Gigi Hadid, gone. And now even Ryan is quietly telling people he's tired of cleaning up after her messes. If Ryan Reynolds, the man who once tweeted through a diaper explosion, starts distancing himself out of legal fear, you know it's real. Let's unpack the center of this train wreck, the infamous Vans sham legal stunt. In April 2024, Blake and Ryan's business, Vans & Inc., filed a bizarre lawsuit that, get this, had no defendant. A lawsuit with no one to sue? Totally above board, right? Except, no, it wasn't. It was all a ruse to get access to Jennifer Abel's phone records, without her knowledge, without alerting Justin Baldoni, and without informing Wayfair. Why bother with court rules when you can just cosplay as a prosecutor? In designer heels? Legal experts slammed it as a clear abuse of the system, potentially violating federal laws like the Wiretap Act and the Stored Communications Act. When the scandal caught fire, Ryan reportedly noped out, even threatening to testify if he was dragged into it. Imagine Ryan on the witness stand. "Sure, I co-own Aviation Gin. No, I didn't know my wife was staging fake lawsuits. Honestly, I'd walk too. When your spouse starts playing legal roulette with people's privacy, it's either grab a lawyer or grab a parachute. Enter Stephanie Jones, Blake's PR handler turned PR hazard. Remember when Tom Brady was closing a $375 million Fox deal? Word is he canned Stephanie after learning she funneled leaked phone intel to Blake. That's $25 million a year, evaporated. And she didn't stop there. 8 more A-list clients bailed. The Rock, Jeff Bezos, Chris Hemsworth, even Ocean Spray. When cranberry juice doesn't want your name attached, maybe consider another career. Ryan allegedly snapped when he found out Stephanie masterminded a smear campaign against Justin Baldoni and Melissa Nathan, basically turning PR strategy into a high school vendetta, but with LinkedIn. Business Insider described her firm, Jones Works, as a burnout factory with toxic leadership and nonstop turnover. So let's review Ryan's front row seat. A wife who files lawsuits to steal people's data. A publicist tanking her own career with leaks. A threat aimed at the world's most beloved pop star. And a giant stack of potential federal crimes looming over their marriage. Is it any wonder Ryan's hitting the eject button? But let's not pretend Ryan's hands are clean. He's been part of Blake's schemes for years, grinning for press, making Deadpool jokes, selling the fairy tale. The only reason he's backing off now is because federal investigators might be getting close. If Blake hadn't tried to shake down Taylor Swift, you really think he'd be gone? Nah. He'd still be doing couple TikToks while lawyers ran wild in the background. And yes, Blake actually tried to extort Taylor Swift. That whole support me or I'll leak your secrets stunt? Classic PR meltdown. But Taylor didn't budge. In fact, she stood her ground, and her dad, Scott Swift, confirmed the threat to Wayfair's attorneys. What followed? A tidal wave of legal heat and public fury. Because if you come for Taylor, you'd better be ready for the storm. Her lawyers and fans don't play games. That scandal triggered a celebrity walkout. Kara ghosted. Sophie Turner stopped responding. Gigi blocked Blake altogether. Sources say Taylor's inner circle formally cut Blake off, labeling her a manipulator who weaponized friendship to gain leverage. Blake treated Taylor's trust like a prop, in some twisted game, and expected applause after burning every bridge in sight. But she wasn't done. The next target? Jennifer Abel. A former employee claimed that security blindsided Jennifer, boxed her in, and pressured her into surrendering her personal phone and laptop, devices full of private medical info and family contacts. Stephanie Jones allegedly ignored Jennifer's pleas to keep her number and handed all her data over to Blake like some scavenged evidence bag. Ryan reportedly called that sociopathic. And who could disagree? When your legal playbook includes cornering people, harvesting their data, and threatening identities, you're not an advocate. You're an abuser in a power suit. Jennifer didn't just lose her phone, she lost her autonomy. And still, Blake paints herself as the victim? Please. If your legal wins come from coercion and privacy invasions, you're not defending yourself. You're executing a vendetta. When the legal tricks failed, Blake turned to tabloid warfare. Her PR machine, Stephanie Jones and Leslie Sloan, started spoon-feeding smear stories to gossip outlets like the Daily Mail. Their goal? Destroy Justin Baldoni's and Melissa Nathan's reputations while playing innocent in public. But when journalists refused to take the bait, Blake's crew tried subpoenaing reporters' private messages and notes, going full scorched earth on press freedom just to rewrite headlines. One journalist fought back, citing New York's shield laws to block the attack. And who wasn't on board with this insanity? Ryan Reynolds. Reportedly, he said, "We're not suing the Daily Mail like it's a BuzzFeed quiz gone wrong. That's career suicide." He's right. You don't wage war on the media after they spent years airbrushing your marriage into perfection. Blake claims she supports the free press, but behind closed doors, she's issuing subpoenas like it's a Saturday night text to an ex. The hypocrisy is Olympic level. She wants to be seen as poised and principled, a fearless woman standing up for justice. But in reality, she's running a PR scorched earth tour with lawsuits in one hand and character assassinations in the other. What's she even fighting for? Her brand? That ship has sailed. Her friendships are dead. Her marriage is collapsing. She's exposed herself as a cold, manipulative operator who plays people like chess pieces, and when they resist, she threatens to destroy them. This isn't about justice, it's about control. Blake Lively will do anything to maintain her illusion, even if it means setting fire to every real relationship she ever had. Now that the smoke's cleared, she's standing in the ashes. No allies, no integrity, just the echo of her own downfall. The only thing more fake than Blake's British accent is the carefully curated image she just shattered. And the final blow to her overhyped brand? Ryan Reynolds, the king of controlled chaos, walking away for good. Blake's not even listed as his emergency contact anymore. Ryan flat out refused to support Leslie Sloan's delusional subpoena campaign targeting journalists. He bolted the minute Taylor Swift got dragged in. The man who built a career on sarcasm finally said, "I'm out." Threatened Taylor? Yeah, that's where he drew the line. Sources say Ryan told friends, "I'm not sinking with this ship." And that ship? Already capsized, burning, and still Blake screaming. She's the captain while everyone else rows to safety, including Ryan. But Blake didn't just lose her husband. Her fixer, Stephanie Jones, is sinking too. Business Insider reports 8 high-profile clients walked this year, including Jeff Bezos, The Rock, Chris Hemsworth, and yes, Ocean Spray. When a juice brand ghosted you, it's game over. Stephanie lied about managing Tom Brady's socials, she didn't, and claimed she was still BFFs with Ryan, she's not. Girl, the only thing you're managing now is damage control. Leaked emails show Stephanie spreading lies about Jennifer Abel, planting gossip